What is up, bros and broettes? I'm Inkslasher, and as we get closer and closer to the release of Call of Duty World War II, I keep getting more and more excited. We are just about a week away from the release of Call of Duty World War II, and I thought we'd take today to look at 10 new features that are going to be in the game. Now, all of the features that we're talking about today are things that we haven't got a ton of information about. We have a small amount of gameplay from a couple of them, from different trailers and here and there, and we have a small amount of information that has been data mined from the game, but all in all, everything we're going to be talking about today is going to be pretty much brand new once the game is actually fully released. For example, the first new feature that we're going to look at here is the 1v1 pit. Now, this is something that is going to be in the headquarters of the game, which is a brand new mode altogether in the game, but we haven't really seen too much of this. The only gameplay and what you're looking at here is the gameplay that we got in the headquarters trailer. As of right now, we haven't seen any gameplay from this or anything along those lines. However, what we do know from interviews and the trailer is that this is going to be an area in headquarters where you can fight 1v1 against friends or just random people in the lobby, and the longer you survive, the further you move up in the leaderboards, which is a pretty cool idea. It's going to be interesting to see whether if you play in this 1v1 mode, if it's going to count towards your XP gain and level you up, or whether it's just for fun. Only time will tell, and I can't wait to find out. Similar to this, another aspect that's being added into the headquarters mode is something called raids. Now, we're not 100% sure what exactly these are going to be, but they're going to take place at certain time intervals, kind of like if you play Destiny, the public events. Now, we're not exactly sure what you get from doing these, whether it's XP, whether it's certain supply drops. Really, we don't know as of yet, nor do we know how many different ones there is going to be, but what we do know is they do take place in the headquarters mode. The only real images that we have of these is this one right here of an AA gun shooting at airplanes, and that's really all we know as of right now as far as raids go. The third thing that we know is in the game, how it's going to work, but don't exactly know how we earn it, is social score. So this is something we've heard very minimal about, but what we do know is that it's something earned in the headquarters. It's another way of leveling and ranking up. Basically, the way it works, the higher your social score, the better drops you are going to get out of supply drops. Now, no one knows the exact ratio to how much social score you need to get good stuff out of supply drops, nor do we know the exact ways of earning social score. For example, we could get social score from competing in the 1v1 pit, doing raids, things along those lines. The one thing we do know we get social score from is watching people open supply drops. Now, other than that, we don't really know how it's earned or exactly how it affects supply drops. All we know is the higher your social score, the better luck you will get from supply drops. The question is what are going to be all the ways to earn that, and how exactly quickly are you going to be able to earn that? The next thing we got here is once again something that's been kept very secretive, and we really don't know exactly what it is. And it's the Gunsmith. Now, we've seen Gunsmith before in Black Ops 3. It's where you could equip paint jobs, camos, and different attachments to make your weapon look the exact way you want to. Now, all we got so far for the Gunsmith in Call of Duty World War II is, first of all, we know it's in the headquarters. The second thing we got is a couple of different descriptions. The description of the Gunsmith himself is maker of fine weapons of warfare. That's the only descriptions. Then we have a couple of options within that. That's weapons forged, test, customize, and equip Scorestreaks, and finally browse Scorestreak loot. From this, you can kind of assume two different things. First of all, there's going to be some sort of weapon customization through the Gunsmith. One thing that we already know is going to be in the game is sweetheart grips, basically a grip that goes on a pistol that you can put a picture behind. So that's one way you were able to customize your weapon, assumably through the Gunsmith. We also, through this, can assume that there's some sort of Scorestreak variants in this game that we have yet to be seen, and you customize them through the Gunsmith. Really, this is one of the most secretive things we have in Call of Duty World War II, and this is the only information we have on it thus far. Speaking of Scorestreaks, another thing that we know we have in the headquarters mode is the Scorestreak firing range. Now, I don't know if it's actually going to be called that, but this is an area within the headquarters where you can go ahead and test out your Scorestreak, and assumably, also from the information we just talked about, your Scorestreak variants. And this is an area that we've seen a small amount of gameplay through the headquarters trailer that you're looking at here. Similarly, another thing that we already have gameplay of, also in the headquarters mode, there is just a weapons firing range where you can use various weapons, inspect your weapons, use grenades, and just try to shoot at some targets. We've already seen plenty of gameplay of this, and it's nothing really new or unexpected. The next thing that's only kind of related with the headquarters is the different challenges. So we know that there is going to be daily and weekly challenges. They've already been data mined, and somehow it seems like there's going to be a vendor where you're able to get challenges from from in the headquarters mode. However, there is also one other thing, something called a mailbox. Now, this is a little bit more interesting than just the daily and weekly challenges. It's something we've never heard before. Apparently, when you go to this mailbox, you are able to collect your wages, which we still don't totally know what that is. You're able to get rewards from the HQ, assumably this is going to be from doing various things like the 1v1 pit and completing raids, and other messages as well. Also, there's information that says that once every 4 hours and once a day, we can return to receive more supply keys, which are used to open supply drops. This is one thing that isn't fully explained, but it seems to do something with challenges, the HQ mode, and on top of that, getting supply keys. The next thing that we actually already know is going to be in the game, but is still a little bit secretive, is the classified weapons. As we already know, if you level up a division all the way up to the top maximum level, you unlock that division's classified weapon. Now, we're unsure whether you have to do this every time you prestige, or you only have to do it once, and on top of that, it's kind of unclear exactly how many levels there are going to be for each division, whether it's going to be the same as the beta, with 5 different levels, or there's going to be many more. There's also evidence within some data mining saying that you're actually going to be able to prestige the different divisions. This is not confirmed whatsoever, it's just a rumor that's been going around. So it's going to be interesting to see how exactly you unlock these classified weapons and how hard they are to do so. And finally, we've got new game modes. Now, I'm not 100% sure how many new game modes we're going to be looking at, but one that we know for sure is Gridiron. This is a variation of Uplink that we saw in recent Call of Duty games, but of course it's going to be without the different exo movements. Also, on top of that, there has been some information that's been data mined that makes it sound like there's going to be certain party games, one of which is Gun Game. That's kind of expected to be in the game, but still, it's good to know that with the data mined information, there is going to be some other game modes added in as well. But guys, that is it. Those are the 10 new features that will be in the game. We just don't know at what capacity or exactly how they are going to work. Now, let me know down in the comment section below which one of these things you are most excited for. I'm really interested to hear what you guys have to say, and I'll be paying attention to all of the comments. Now, also, if you guys are excited for the release of Call of Duty World War II, we've got plenty of videos coming once the game is actually fully released. I'm super stoked to bring you guys those. It's only about a week away, so get stoked, hit that like button, and be sure that you're subscribed to the channel to stay up to date on all of those videos. But guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you for watching, and until next time, peace out.